Well, for 80 years, the Democratic Party was the party of FDR. It saw itself as a champion of America's working class. In some ways, it was. Today's Democrats feel differently about their constituency. The top priority of the Democratic Party today appears to be mass immigration, the displacement of existing workers here with an unending glut of foreign workers. Many of the Democratic Party argued for a shutdown of the government in pursuit of full DACA amnesty. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi even said the parents of Dreamers did, quote, a great thing by breaking our immigration laws. Martin O'Malley was the Democratic governor of Maryland. He recently started a PAC to help down-ballot Democrats. He's going to be one of the people charting the future of the Democratic Party, and he joins us tonight to tell us what it is. Governor, great to see you.
Thank you, Tucker. Good to be with you. Thanks for having me. And Merry Christmas.
So it seems to me, Merry Christmas. It seems to me that the election of Trump opens up, a bunch of questions for Democrats. Obvious one is, who are we going to be? Reclaim our place as the party of the middle class or not? I think they could probably do pretty well if they did that, but that's not obvious from the priorities. Why would the Democratic Party put amnesty for recipients at the very top of the list of things to get done at the end of the year?
Look, I think the core of the Democratic Party remains that commitment to that timeless American ideal of opportunity for all. Yep. And were we not a country of immigrants, we would not be the country of creativity, innovation, diversity, which makes us such a strong country. So, look, the Democratic Party believes in the dignity of every person, in the dignity of work. And contrary to some false assertions, there is not a lot of mass immigration going on. I mean, last year, net immigration from Mexico was 0, meaning that as many people left as came in.
No. There has been mass immigration for 52 years, and it's completely changed the demographic mix of the country and the population of the country. We have more than 1 million coming legally. Well, right, but not at these levels. We've actually never had levels this high in American history. That's a fact.
Oh, yes,
and so, and by the way, I'm not arguing against immigration. I'm just saying
in the 1870s, in the 1880s, when my grandparents came
we have a higher proportion now. But here's the point: if you're worried about wages, which are stagnant, and that seems like an obvious issue for Democrats and something to be upset about, importing 1 million low-wage workers every year does not make wages go up. It's just a math question. It doesn't work. So why would they be for that?
Yeah, here's the rub, though, Tucker. If you have people in our country already, and these DREAM Act kids, the kids covered by DACA, they were brought here at a time when they weren't even of an age of reason when they could say whether they wanted to come or didn't want to come. So the only country they've known is the United States. What's a real drag on wages is when you force people to live in the shadows of a society, to work off the books, to be exploited because they cannot go to enforce contracts, and they cannot susceptible to being taken advantage of. These are the things that hold down wages. When workers
so you're saying by
an open society, that's
giving
better for all of us.
Amnesty to people, bringing more immigrants in who are coming from countries where the average wage is 1/3 or less than what it is here, that will somehow magically make wages in this country go up? Why hasn't that happened yet, if that works?
No, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this, that these kids are already here. They have been here for years and years. The only country they know is the United States.
Right. No, I get it. It's a tough situation. Look, it's a tough situation for them. But like, of all the issues, I don't know, how about entitlement cuts or the opioid crisis or things that actually affect middle-class America? Why is the one issue they're not going to move on? They'll shut the government down over it. 700,000 people here illegally. It just seems like the middle class is not their priority. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I think you ascribe to the Democratic Party, a myopic worldview. I mean, these kids are important. The fact that 120 of them are falling out of status every day is also important. But the Democratic Party was fighting against this $1.3 trillion tax cut that primarily benefits the wealthy, that isn't needed, that isn't fiscally responsible, that does nothing to make wages go up. The Democratic Party is advocating in states and cities across America for raising the minimum wage, for paying a living wage. Look, we're also advocating for more affordable college, more affordable health care. So, yes, part of that is that we care about these kids whose only country is the United States of America.
No, I know.
I don't
the
think
party
it's a
cares
lot to
about
ask.
the part about the kids. Governor, thank you.
Thank you. And Merry Christmas. Remember, Jesus was himself a refugee child. What would you do if he came to your border?
That's so stupid. It's hard to respond. Thank you, though.